Oh, what's going on? Dropping off some food for one of my friends who has that dish that's going around. She doing alright though. She got it mild, so it's not one of those might have to check out type of situations. But can't go anywhere. Stranded in the house, so had to get that. The Cheesecake Factory. I got stocks in that too. Buy some Cheese Factory stocks too. You'll double your money once the market goes back up. And spend money on them airlines too. You'll double or triple your money up real quick. If you're feeling froggy, bet on the cruise ships. You'll quadruple or whatever 5 times is your money. But a lot of those might go under. So you gambling when it comes to that one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gambling a little bit on those. But most of my money's in the airlines and Cheesecake Factory. But anyways, let's get to Devin Haney. Devin Haney comes out, and I guess he's calling out Lomachenko. And I've seen a couple of videos like, yeah, you know, he's showing how he wants to fight him and this and that. And me personally, I'm just confused when it comes to that dude. You know what I mean? I've kind of talked about it before. Like I've said before, Bob Arum, he has a saying. And this saying is, you know, fans are like dumb rocks that you can throw in any direction, you know. And for me, my personal saying is, don't let the love of boxing blind you to reality. You know, blind you to what's going on when it comes to these fighters. Because some of these fighters, they claim to be something, and it turns out that they're not. So when you see certain signs, you know, don't have your blinders on when it comes to that. Now, Devin Haney, he's a good fighter. You know what I mean? I think if he continues to progress, he gets a little bit stronger. You know, he can be one of those guys, definitely, especially when it comes to the next generation. He absolutely can be one of those guys. He needs to get stronger though, especially at 135, you being light-fisted like that, and you're a big 135 pounder. I don't know, but sometimes when people move up, you know, sometimes if they're forcing or, you know, cutting down really, really hard, when they move up, they kind of gain strength too. Some people lose strength as they go up. Some people could actually gain strength as they go up. So we'll see what happens when it comes to him. But when he first came out the gate, you know, I make this part fast. When he first came out the gate, it was all about Lomachenko. The whole purpose of him signing to the zone and signing to, you know, to a Matchroom, to Eddie Hearn as a co-promotion or whatever, was because he felt that that was going to be the best space or situation for him to get the Lomachenko fight. You know, so it becomes a mandatory to Lomachenko, and Lomachenko decides, you know, they give him the franchise belt or whatever, franchise, you know, whatever the hell that is. It's not a belt, but they give him that franchise designation. So then, you know, he couldn't get the Lomachenko fight, but he kept, you know, kind of pressing him, whatever. People were talking about it. They were calling Lomachenko scared and everything like that. But instead of keeping the, you know, the foot on his neck and really, really, really getting people on him, all of a sudden on the week of his fight, you know, he starts calling out Tank Davis, like out the blue, like no one even saw it coming. I was like, huh? Like, why are you calling out Tank Davis? You know, and the thing is that if you wanted to fight Tank Davis, it would have been better for you to have just stayed on Showtime. You know, you get, you know, better viewership for yourself. When it comes to their shoulder programming, better for you, you know, and since you're a promoter, when it comes to your fighters, you know, you're been able to have your fighters fight in a platform that more people watch, you know, bringing more light to them. But he decided to go with the zone, and you know, people, oh, he's being offered all this money from the zone. Well, he was getting offered a lot of money from Showtime too. Maybe not as much, but it was still a lot of money. You know, still millions of dollars. You know, kind of like Earl Spence. Bob Arum offered him more money up front, but his father was like, nah, we're going with Al Heyman because we're thinking long term, and long term, you see where he's at right now. You know, so all of a sudden it's all about, you know, Tank Davis. Like, huh? Then after Tank Davis, started calling out Adrian Broner. And Adrian Broner's like, yeah, I'll fight you. You know, have him give me $20 million. You know? And there have been a lot of people who've made a lot of money over there. You know, whether it be Andy Ruiz, how much he got paid. Danny Jacobs, how much he got paid. You know? Kovalev, how much he got paid. You know, even Mikey Garcia got paid $7 million fighting a nobody. So, you know, this will be the biggest fight on the zone. You know, this will really catapult, you know, Devin Haney to another level. This will be the biggest name he's fought. You know, maybe even if it's not 20, I could see 15 for that particular fight or whatever it is, based on what people been getting paid on the zone. you know, but they never even tried to negotiate it. Never tried to negotiate it. You know, all of a sudden they just jump to, oh, well, we want Mikey. We want Mikey. We want Mikey. Huh? All of a sudden we want Mikey. You know, then we jump from we want Mikey to popping up on Ryan Garcia like, yeah, you want to fight Ryan Garcia. You want to fight Ryan Garcia. And then Adrian Broner's like, yo, come back over here. He said, I'm sure we can negotiate this fight and get it done and make this fight happen. So he's already kind of backing off that, like, yo, let's negotiate. I'm sure it's not going to be hard for us to come up, you know, obviously with a number and everything like that. So let's do this. But they still weren't even trying to negotiate. So this guy that's jumping from person to person to person to person to person, you know, there's one guy that says, hey, me, here. I'll fight you. That one guy, all of a sudden, he doesn't want to fight him. You know, he doesn't try to negotiate it or anything like that. The one guy that's willing, quote, to fight him. And then, you know, Amir Khan says something about him. All of a sudden now Amir Khan's on his quote on his list, 147 pounder. All of a sudden now he's on his list. You know? And to make it worse, at first he had made the proclamation that he was gonna move up to 140 pounds. Like, I'm moving up to 140 pounds, I'm done with 135. Before the whole Ryan Garcia thing, he started up again. You know, so I'm confused. It's like, you know, are you really, you know, struggling or wanting a fight really bad, itching for a fight really bad, you know? And he made a comment also that was where he said that, oh, you know, that no one wants to fight him. You know, like, please name the guy that's saying that they want to fight me next. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, Adrian Broner said that. Adrian Broner said he wants to fight you next. But he seems to be completely not interested in the guy that he called out all of a sudden. You know? And now all of a sudden, we went from, you know, moving to 140 to I want to fight Ryan Garcia to now we're getting on Lomachenko again. And it's like, why are you getting on Lomachenko? Why even call Lomachenko's name at this point? You just ran through 50 guys. Now you're going back to this guy? If that was the case, you should just kept your foot on his neck back then. You should have been had your foot on his neck. And your focus probably should be about getting your WBC belt back and then trying to go fight him, because then if Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez, he'd have all the belts, you know, pretty much besides yours, and then you could fight for undisputed against him. So why? You know, why exactly are you talking, you know, calling him out now when you know he's fighting Teofimo Lopez, when you know they're pretty much situated and everything's all set for those two to fight? You know that in a unification bout where there's going to be 3 belts in the line. You know that. You know that. So why are you calling him out? And why are you still ignoring the one guy out of all this bunch that's saying, I will fight you. I want to go. Let's do this. Turn, Nick, if I hit you. Damn. You know why? Why are you not focused on that one guy that says, yo, let's do this? Makes me start to question what's going on with this particular situation. Do you really want to fight dudes, or like, what is it? What is it? You know, just jumping from person to person to person like a jackrabbit, and then ignoring the one person that says, me, let's do this. Puts me into a space where I have to question his motives. You know? So I'm just sitting back and just looking and saying, everybody has a lot of perceptions of this kid, but he might be pulling the wool over people's eyes. We'll see though, only the future will tell. But for now, like, subscribe, share, I'm out.